Hello, welcome to Travelog, Sparks 1524. I'm Nathaniel Miller. Also, once again, welcome to our mobile studios as I continue Cross Country 2021. I love good ghost town, but not all ghost towns are actually ghost towns. A lot of ghost towns are simply the shell of a former community that still has residents living in it, it's still a living community, but it's nowhere near what it was in its heyday. Gold Hill, Nevada is one of these towns. Gold Hill is situated in Gold Canyon in the western Nevada mountains between Virginia City and Silver City. All three cities were mining towns that got their start as silver and gold was discovered in the Tar Hills, but all three of them really took off with the famous Comstock lode starting around 1868. The Comstock lode is, to the best of my knowledge and research, the single biggest lode. That could have really gone. That statement could have gone really wrong really fast. Is the single biggest cache of silver ever discovered in the United States. Comstock lode brought immense wealth to these three cities, and even though Gold Hill itself was more founded as a mining complex than a town, it grew into a thriving community. Today, Gold Hill is a very sleepy little place on the side of the mountain, but it's a good place where you can go and get an idea of mining techniques, mining engineering, and the stories of these people from the mid-19th century. Now, Gold Hill has a few notable structures that are very fun to go look at. The post office was finally abandoned in 1943, but its building is still standing. There are numerous little ruins around, numerous places where you can see that mine shafts have been locked up. There's mining equipment still on display. And it wasn't ever really put on display, it was just left in place, and it is on display today. The prosperity of these places really started to decline after the Comstock lode began to play out, but the significance was not just in the size and the wealth the Comstock lode brought to the area. The Comstock lode was such a big find that it is considered one of the seminal times in mining history where mining techniques, mining safety, mining technology took a quantum leap forward. Now, of course, after you leave Gold Hill, you'll pass through the remnants of Silver City, and Silver City is a lot more of a ghost town than Gold Hill. Head out into the Nevada desert, and if you really want to experience the Nevada desert, get onto Highway 95 heading down to Las Vegas. For a lot of this road, you might be the only vehicle on the road, and it is, depending on your point of view, it's either incredibly desolate or incredibly beautiful. But it gives you an idea of what a scorching desert really looks like and feels like. It's also very quiet. If you have a chance and you're on Highway 95, just pull off the side of the road. In fact, this next clip I'm going to show you is a small clip I did. I just pulled off the side of the road, and I was out there for several minutes with no cars passing me, nothing, just listening to the wind. This is the sound of the Nevada desert. Now, one last thing back for Gold Hill. If you want to actually stay overnight, you can stay in the Gold Hill Hotel and Saloon. This is billed as the oldest proper hotel in Nevada. It was founded in 1861, and it is still in operation today. Obviously, they do have modern amenities, so you won't be living like they did in the 19th century, but you can get an idea, again, of the life by staying there, staying in this building with all this history. I love old buildings. If you listen quietly, especially at night, yes, we all know the great ghost stories that you can hear, but if you really listen quietly at night and you know a little of the history, you might just actually hear the echoes of the past. You might hear the echoes of all the conversation, the lives that went through those walls. Not in a ghostly, haunting way, but in a more profound way, because a lot of stories were lived out in a place like the Gold Hill Hotel. And if you stay there, in a small way, you become part of those stories. And after all, we are our stories. Thank you for your time. I appreciate it as always. If you enjoyed this, please hit the subscribe button. Also hit that little like button down below. I hope you have a great time, and in the meantime, go and do great things.